Yo, yo, yo. This is DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show, and I have a special guest with me today. And she is from Bay Area, Northern California, United States. And tell us who you are, Stacy.
Yeah, that's my birth name, Stacy. But the name Mapenzi chose me about 10 years ago. So now I am Mapenzi Shakur.
Mapenzi Shakur. And what do you do? We all want to know.
What do? I try and empower young black people to stand in their blackness, because y'all are victims of segregation, which diminished black unity. And I need y'all to know that, ain't nothing to be ashamed of about being black and having black babies and having a black mama and black neighbors, and that's okay. And I need y'all to just keep building on that. And that's pretty much my superpower, is empowering other people to stand in their truth.
Ooh, amen. That's right. I really want to thank you for being a special guest on this episode today. It's Sunday, July 26th. Everybody, I hope y'all having a good weekend. So, Ms. Shakur,
Yes.
how do you work?
What do you mean? How do I work? How do I get my Skrillers?
Yeah, how do you get your Skrilla, and how do you work on building the black community and inspiring black people to to engage and support the black community?
Okay, well, the first one, I hustle my jewelry. I still have my jewelry business going.
Okay.
That's like my main source of income right now.
Okay.
Co-signing, consigning my jewelry. And I work on empowering black people through any media I can. If I'm standing in line at the store and, something happens that I don't feel is right, I'm the one to speak up. I'll be the first one to speak to a sister in the store. You know what I'm saying? How she receives that is on her. But I need her to know that in my presence, you with family. You know what I'm saying? And I talk a lot. I do a lot of talking, especially to people younger than me, because most people my age already set in their way. I was fortunate. I'm gonna give. You already gave my age up, so I'm gonna go on and say it. Bobby and Huey sat down October 1st to October 15th of 1966 to write the 10-point plan for self-defense in West Oakland. And I was born October 7th of 66 in Richmond. So I have the same astrology and the same mindset, because I'm a Cub as well. My aunt, she ran with Bobby and Huey and Elaine and Angela. She knew all of them personally. So, this blackness, I can't even explain it. It was born into me. It's not something I chose. It was something that chose me. So that's all I know how to do. That's all I know how to be.
Wow. Excellent. Wow, that sounds great. I'm going to go ahead and clap for you. And everybody that's tuning in, this is the DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show podcast, available on Spreaker.com and Spreaker Podcast Player. This episode is going to be available on demand on YouTube at Immortal Master Floppy. And let's go ahead and give Stacy Shakur an applause. We're back again, and I have our special guest with us, Mapenzi Shakur. And
Yes, sir.
Can you share with us a little bit about what kind of roles should black people have in society?
Okay, well, I think we should drop out of society.
Okay.
This whole system would grind to a halt if we stop participating and stopped agreeing with a madness which was not set up for us.
Okay.
The system is working fine. The system ain't broken. It was designed to oppress us. You know, Malcolm X said that Native Americans, black people, and all other non-white people are here to be the burden bearers for white society. So we're never supposed to have a real piece of the cake. We just supposed to get the crumbs, and we down here fighting for them. Black society, I can use Tulsa as an example. Black Wall Street. You know, we had our own communities, we had our own schools, we had our own banks, we had our own clothing stores, which we would also manufacture. You know what I'm saying? So the black dollar circulated within our community time and time again before anybody else even saw it. The dominant paradigm had a problem with that and burned it down. Killed hundreds of people, men, women, children, old folks. They didn't care. We can go back to Marcus Garvey. He built ships. Everybody go back to Africa. You niggas need to go back to Africa. Well, he built ships for us to do that, and they sabotaged the ship.
Oh, no.
So what we need more than anything, not just for our financial health, but for our emotional and psychological health, is to have places where no one else is allowed, where we can speak and be ourselves.
Yes.
And I think that's like one of the biggest obstacles we facing right now. Can you hear that screaming in the background?
No, everything's fine.
Okay, because I'm not too far from a protest right now. When I hang up with you, I'm going to go up there with my flag.
Oh, right. Nice. Yeah, keep on marching. Yeah. Shout out to the protesters. Rest in peace, George Floyd, and with all the riffraff going on through this pandemic. Mapenzi Shakur, we want to know, the fans want to know, how has your practice changed over time since this pandemic?
I can say it hasn't, because, you know, I be in the house anyway. My days of being an alley cat are over. I'm a house cat now.
Okay.
So I be in the house, and, you know, it didn't change my life at all. You know, I still get the same amount of phone calls. People still need that edification. That's what it is. But there's so many mediums to get to people that, you know, it hasn't really touched me or my business. So, I mean, let it do what it do. But I know me and mine gonna stay alive.
All right. That's what's up. So Mapenzi Shakur.
J Blue, let me tell you this.
What's that?
Like, I went to Milpitas High.
Okay.
In the early 80s. I graduated Milpitas High class of 84. So, you know, my roots here in San Jose and Milpitas especially are deep, because I also went to Mount Pleasant my junior year. I almost got kicked out of MHS, so my mom made me go there. But I grew up, okay, my dad's passed now, so I'm going to go on and tell him. My dad grew weed, and he used to sell weed to my friend's dad. So I would get to eavesdrop on conversations I wouldn't normally get to hear as a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old child. And I grew up hearing the stories of San Jose police in particular, and other police departments within this 408 area code, harassing Black and Latino men, taking them out to the Gilroy Fields before it became fully incorporated, beating them within an inch of their life and leaving them out there with bus fare. I mean, the struggle here for Black people, and I mean, I have numerous stories of the oppression systemically in San Jose.
Yeah.
I've seen homeless people be beat just for being homeless with the Billy Club. Before they built the arena, before they built the SAP Center, I was on my first tour of duty being homeless. I was sleeping on the Guadalupe riverbank, and they were allocating all these tens of millions of dollars for this arena, but what about us? So I don't even know how, but, you know, the wave of people who were dissenting, like, pushed me up front, and now all of a sudden I'm the voice for, the homeless in this little area behind what is now the SAP Center. So we were at the city council meeting. I was all over the news. I was 19, young, fresh fruit. And what wound up happening was they brought 2 tents down to the Guadalupe riverbank because all of the noise we made.
Okay.
They brought 2 tents. One was the housing tent. If you had an income, you come fill out your paperwork. They gave you a keys and an address, and they sent you home. The second tent, if you didn't have an income, was the GA tent. Get out of the housing line, you go to the GA tent, get you an income, come back, and they gave you keys, and that was unheard of, unprecedented, as far as HUD has been an active federal agency. And I'm going to say me, because it was my big mouth that did it. The parking lot doesn't go all the way back to the street that the Caltrain station is on. They were going to flatten all that. Montgomery Street Shelter, JSI, those little restaurants back there, that was all supposed to be parking lot. But because of the noise we made, they stopped the parking lot at Julian. You know what I'm saying? I've been speaking up about the underdog, it seems, my whole life, and I can't stop. I won't stop.
That's right.
I'm not going to stop till they stop me. Word.
I love the fire in your soul. Wow, this is an amazing episode. I'm learning a lot right now. Everybody, please like and support and share this episode. I got a very special and beautiful guest, Mapenzi Shakur, out of Bay Area, Northern Cali, that's really breaking it down right now, breaking it down to the core. And she's not finished yet. We have some more questions for her. I gotta, maybe at least more than several questions before we wrap this up. But we don't want to steal all your time, and we don't want to give all the fans everything. We want to keep them in suspense. We want to know. They want to know a lot, so we're gonna give them as much as we can, but we don't want to give up everything right now.
Okay.
We love to
have 3 rules to success. Number 1 is fuck what they think. Right, that's the first rule of success. The second one is don't tell everybody everything.
Okay.
And the third one I'm going to keep in my pocket.
That's right. Excuse me. Right, yeah. I heard that. Ms. Shakur, what art do you most identify yourself with? Or if not art, what do you most identify yourself with? As far as art or as far as anything.
What do I identify myself with? All oppressed people around the globe.
Okay.
Everybody in the struggle. Everybody with the shoulder against the wheel trying to push bullshit out of our way. Mm-hmm. That's who I most align myself with. Mm-hmm. I stand under a red, black, and green flag. I don't stand under a red, white, and blue flag. I got Jamaican in my ancestry, but my flag is red, black, and green. Diabingi, Oboshanti. If anything, the rebels have always fought for what is right, regardless of where I'm at, my environment. It doesn't matter. You have to have the strength to speak truth to power.
That's right.
They shouted the walls of Jericho down with the power of their voice. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the reason it's called spelling, because you have the power to cast spells with the words you choose. It's called spelling.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. The fans, we want to know, the fans and I would like to know, what is your strongest memory of your childhood, if you have any?
Ooh. Okay. Well, let me give you 2. I remember my first memory. I was about 4 or 5 years old. My grandmother was one of 11 children, 10 of which came from Arkansas out to Richmond during World War II to work in the shipyard. So the extended family in Richmond is huge. But I remember one of her sisters was bouncing me on her knee in a blue petticoat like Grandma used to wear. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The little shift thing. And I was maybe 4 or 5 months old then. But one of my biggest memories is being 7, 8, 9, 10, and my mom and my dad, we go to Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Universal. We did the whole LA tourist thing, you know, during my youth. But I remember, like, last week, my dad pulling over on the side of the highway and running off into what I thought was bushes, and coming back, filling up the trunk with weed plants, roots and all. It was Nixon is the one who eradicated marijuana. There's a reason why they call it weed, because they used to grow literally everywhere. But it was eradicated here in 1973. But my dad made sure he got his supply before the hammer came down. You heard?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
right.
And I remember that, like, clearly. And I think, you know, my dad's hustle ethic, that's one of the biggest shapers of who I am today. My dad and my aunt.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. Wow, I just want to say that power to the people. Black lives matter and all lives matter. And Miss Mapenzi Shakur, I want to ask you, what's your scariest experience, if you have any?
Scary. Oh. Let's see, where do I start? Like, give me a decade. Like, okay. The night they put the seatbelt law into effect in California. This was the mid-'80s, 84, 85, 86.
Okay.
Me and my friends were always in San Francisco, going to the Palladium because it was open till 6 in the morning. And we left there tired one night. We had cruised Broadway up and down for hours, went and danced, drank, kicked it, parlayed. I had 2 friends. I lived, if you're at all familiar with 880, I lived on Dixon, and the girl whose car I was driving, we lived on the Dixon exit. We had to pass Dixon to go to Calaveras to drop another one of the homegirls off. So I remember passing my exit.
Yeah. Okay.
And the next thing I remember is paramedic standing over me, like she's awake. Apparently I fell asleep behind the wheel and rolled that car 3 times. We all lived, I mean, only because of the seatbelt law that went into effect that day. You know what I'm saying? And that was scary because it wasn't just my life on the line. It was, you know, my friends, my day ones, went to kindergarten with these women. You know what I'm saying? And it was their lives on the line too. So yeah, that kind of scared me. That scared me.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us. How do you feel about this president election, and do you think President Trump needs to be out of office?
Should have been out of office. Should have never been elected. That just is what it is it demonstrates the dumbing down of America. Excuse me. How dumb we are. He done been bankrupt so many times, accused of rape, pedophilia, embezzlement. Him and his family stole money from a children's cancer fund. I mean, this dude is a worm. He's a scum under the worm. You dig? Like,
yeah.
But what do I think will happen during the election? I don't think he's going to concede power.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't. I think he knows that, you know, he on his way out, and what's going to happen once he's out of office is they're going to start filing charges on him left and right. So he has to stay in office. And what I believe we're heading for is a dictatorship where he's going to change the law, change the Constitution, and it's just we'll have to rock with this idiot.
Right.
That's what I believe, because he has the nerve to do it. The arrogance and the immaturity, the emotional immaturity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it remains to be seen, and I hope I'm wrong, but, you know, he got, like, really big little dick energy, and it's not cool. So, it's just, I don't know. It's a scary time we live in. This is unprecedented.
Yes. Absolutely. I agree. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the Trump thing and the Joe Biden thing. I've been a little numb. I've been kind of numb to the Kanye West, but I've been hearing some stories about Kanye, and I totally heard something about him saying, or this, saying something about Harriet Tubman. So I don't know if he was aware, but it was, I guess Kanye thinks that Harriet Tubman did not free the slaves, and that Harriet Tubman allowed the black people to work for white people, or something along those lines. I'm not really sure. I'm pretty numb to it, but Kanye's running for president. How do you feel about this whole Kanye thing?
Yeah, Kanye crazy too. He crazy. And somebody needs to pin him down and force his meds down his throat every day, because he's clearly not on them.
Right.
The Kardashian women are known for driving men crazy. I just posted a meme about that, the mental illness that they have a tendency to bring out of their men. And I think it's just a distraction. If anything, it's a distraction.
Yes. And
you know
what?
I stood behind Kanye when he stood up and said that George Bush doesn't care about black people. I was like, well, maybe he the one. Maybe he the one.
Mm-hmm.
But Lord, he married that girl, that Kardashian, that plastic broad, and he ain't been right since. It was a combination of that and his mama dying. It snapped his rubber band. He ain't there no more.
Wow. Yeah, I'm sending prayers to Kanye and his family. I'm sending prayers for him and his whole family. Yeah, it's just,
you're bigger than me.
Well, it's really sad. It's really sad. Yeah. I say free Kanye. Because he needs to be free from that mental state of mind that he's in.
You better get out. You better get out. Leaving witches alone. They all succubus. They steal souls. The mama turned her husband into a woman. What'd that tell you?
Oh man.
We don't have a Bruce Jenner no more on the Wheaties box. The epitome of physical agility. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that no more. This motherfucker walking around in high heels and lipstick now, like a broad. Like, man.
Yeah. It's a shameful thing. Well, no disrespect to Kanye West. No disrespect to the Kardashians or anybody. We just trying to get to the bottom of the core. We know
And you speak for yourself.
I'm speaking for myself. Yeah, I'm speaking for myself. I'm just. No, I totally do not agree with Kanye about what he said about Harriet Tubman, and I don't feel like I'm really. I feel numb to him running for president. I think it's a distraction. I totally feel it's a distraction. And so
and how dare he speak? I didn't even touch the Harriet Tubman issue. How dare he speak about an ancestor who put her life on the line? How dare he have anything disparaging to say about anybody who came before him to give him that platform to run his fat mouth?
Exactly.
A lot of people don't know Mama Harriet. She was a breeding slave before she said, I ain't doing this no more. She said, nah. She bred. She has 17, 18 children out there. And you know what they did with her babies?
What they do?
Sold them.
Oh, no.
So for those of us, and I'm going to say us because they either who can't trace both sides up the line past, I'll say even 6 generations, especially those with the original skin, with the dark skin and the high cheekbones. For all I know, she could be my great-grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
For all I know.
That's right.
Slavery did a number on us. It's unconscionable how much slavery has decimated not just black people, but the black mind in particular.
Yes.
And for him to negate that and say it was a choice, well, I don't see him running up on nobody.
Right.
He don't run up on nobody for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So how you going to judge them for what they did or didn't do? The onus is on us, because all we have is the right here and the right now. Next breath may not come. The onus is on us to take the lessons from the past and learn from them and grow from them and see what worked as opposed to what didn't work and formulate a new plan. And until that happens, we're going to just keep spinning in circles.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to keep having Kanye's with the big mouth being hella disrespectful. You can't speak on no black issue as long as you marry to a non-black woman. Your allegiances are split. It don't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have one foot in the water and one foot in the fire and say you okay. The law of averages don't work like that.
That's right. That's right. Can you can you share with us? The fans want to know. Will you describe a real life situation that inspired you?
That inspired me.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you in the present moment, sitting here listening to whatever's going on in City Hall, that, you know, these kids right now, man, the power is in y'all's hands. You know,
Yes.
in a lot of ways, you know, my generation has failed y'all, y'all parents, y'all grandparents. But y'all have the power. It's in your hands. Y'all have the voice.
Yes.
Y'all have that presence
Power
to actually move this forward, to move change forward.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's why I'm going over there. I'll probably be one of the oldest heads over there. But, you know, it's inspiring to me that people are finally tired enough to make some noise about it.
Yeah.
That gives me great inspiration that maybe, you know, like Pac said, you know, I may not be the one that changed the world, but I can guarantee I'll spark a mind that has that will. We all have a piece to the puzzle. You got to find out what your job is in the struggle and stay in your lane and do that.
That's right. Yeah.
So these kids apparently have found their lane and they doing this. They out there with the ample. I can't see them now. I'll tell you what. I'll go live on my page when I walk over here, so you can see for yourself. But I'm just so excited that, you know, amidst all this chaos, these children are focused.
Yeah, power to the people.
It's a beautiful thing. All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Yes, all that. Get this freedom, y'all.
That's right. Yeah. Shout out to Tupac. Rest in peace, Tupac Shakur. You know, wow. That's amazing out there. So you're downtown San Jose, California, and they doing the protesting and marching, huh?
Yeah. Well, then I think they just over there in front of the City Hall. There's a big space. Apparently, they made it just for them.
Okay.
And it's thick out there. I think traffic's moving because I don't hear no horn.
All right.
But yeah, and to have it, you know, be within driving distance of where I live, because, you know, during the riots in '92 down in LA, I was 8 months pregnant with my first son. I couldn't go participate in that. You know, I couldn't even go down there. I had to stay in the house. So to have such a visual and vocal thing going on right now, and to actually be able to, you know, soak up that energy, you know, everything is energy, vibration, and, you know, to be able to feed off of that, it will be good for me. You know, it will inspire me to keep doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Amen. You said that you sell jewelry, and the fans and I want to know, what other jobs have you done other than selling jewelry?
Okay. My first job was at Burger King on Calaveras Road in Milpitas. I was making $3.15 an hour, but I tell you what, back in '82, An $80 paycheck, you falling out of control. He didn't tell me what to do.
All right.
And from there, I went to retail management. I managed stores at pretty much every mall in the South Bay, Eastridge, Valco, Sunnyvale Town Center. I even managed a store at what's now called Westfield Shopping Center, but back in the day it used to be called Valley Fair. I went to that management, but it kind of got unfulfilling. Help somebody pick out some clothes, that wasn't it for me. So I went from that, and I took a downfall in my life and had a divorce, and the whole thing happened where I wound up at the bottom, and I got a job at managing a Salvation Army store. That was the last retail job I had. The customer came in there and offered me a job at Charlie Brown's, which was the last one in the Bay Area on Sunnyvale at the Silver. Oh no, let me go back, because I did manage the Oak Club. And I didn't manage; I just worked there when I was 17 to 19 at Moffett Field.
Nice.
Hostessing. But I moved into restaurant management. I managed Pizza Chicago, and ran the floor for Charlie Brown and Charlie Brown Prime Rib Steakhouse, as it was called. I've driven trams. I've worked in Great America. You know what I'm saying? Passing out the season tickets. I wish I had known you then. Running the rides. I mean, yeah. I've had to do a lot of different things. Yeah, but right now, it's about me. I refuse to punch a clock ever again for somebody else. Use my talent and skills to make somebody else pocket fat when I'm only making this much. And when I was managing the J. Jacobs in Valley Fair Mall, like, I was making, as an assistant manager, like, trusted with thousands of dollars of money. They gave me $10 an hour. And if I didn't sell $300 an hour, I was at risk of getting fired. And that just sounded too much like pimping to me. I just couldn't do it no more. Mm-hmm. So that's why I went into restaurant management, because I get to keep my tips. That's white right. Folks still love a smiling black face. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing wrong with using that to my advantage. So I actually made a lot of money working there. And I just decided, it was in 2002, that I can't do it no more. I can't. I have to use my intellect and my skills to, pay myself, be my own boss.
Yes.
Make my own hours, decide how I'm going to move my merchandise, And so that's what I've been doing since 2002. I've been, hustling this, hustling that, mostly above the law, keep it real, working at farmers market, wholesale, online, just making it happen and making sure that me and mine are okay. Yeah.
Excellent. That's excellent. Let's give Mapenzi Shakur a round of applause. Yo, we back again, DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show, and this episode is streaming live from Spreaker.com and Spreaker Podcast Player. And don't forget, this is going to be available on demand on YouTube with Immortal Master Floppy. And Mapenzi Shakur, she's still with us, so stay tuned. So, Ms. Shakur, I'm really glad to have you here as a guest. I can't wait to have you on the next episode. Can you share with us what's one of your most embarrassing moments?
Oh, okay. My mind immediately went back to probably had to have been my 10th grade year, because I was still playing ball. They have the office sits above the rest of the campus, most of the rest of the campus. You either got to go up the stairs, or there used to be a steep incline that you could kind of hike because it was, a pretty serious incline. And, well, I've been 6 foot tall since I was 10 years old.
Okay.
Like, the years between 8 and 10 were out of control as far as, my growth, like physical growth. And, needless to say, it took a while to get adjusted in this new, longer body. And I was extremely clumsy, goofy. So I'm at the top of the hill one day. As a matter of fact, the smoking section was right next to the office. That's how old I am. We had a smoking section at Milpitas High, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somehow I managed to stumble and kick a garbage can down one of those hills, and it aluminum garbage can. It was before y'all started using the plastic, and the whole quad stopped and looked, and I just wanted to die right then. It was so embarrassing. It took nobody tried to stop the garbage can, and they just let it roll till it stopped, and that was kind of embarrassing.
It's all good.
60,
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, that's right. Thanks for sharing that with us. What memorable responses have you had as being would you consider yourself a black activist?
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of memorable responses have you had being a black activist?
Well, after, the STAP Center thing, people would just, even like for months after that, people would see me on the news. I'd be out and about, and they'd come up and just want to give thanks.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing too, because, black people are so damaged, we don't really know how to show or receive love properly. And, I was extremely damaged when I was still a teenager. So we're talking when I was 19, 20, and I got and that's probably why I don't like attention now. I don't like people looking at me. I'm 6 foot tall and I got locks down to my waist. So when I leave my house, people, they stare.
Okay.
I don't like all that attention. But back then, my heart, I guess, was a little more receiving to that. But all the love shown after that was amazing to me. These people didn't know me. They had just seen or heard the story, or even someone they loved was helped by what I did. And, it was a beautiful time in retrospect. I ain't into no open hugs like that now, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You get checked, but, back then was a different time, and, that was kind of beautiful for me. Yeah, trying to find myself in this world still a teenager. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. What kind of food, or what food, drink, and song inspire you? I'm asking you about food, a drink, and a song that inspires you.
Okay. The food would have to be beans, rice, and cornbread. I ate a lot of that, struggling in the struggle, broke, no meat, you know what I'm saying? Having to use bacon grease for flavoring the beans, like, that inspires me. I eat that to this day because it reminds me of how far I've come. I'll dig through 5 pounds of shrimp to get to, a smoked turkey leg to make some beans. At least I can have some meat in it now. Food, a drink that inspires me. A drink. Let me come back to that one.
Some people say, I've talked to some artists before, and a lot of them, they come up with ideas about drink. They say, some people say Gatorade, some people say Kool-Aid, some people might even say Hennessy to rum or vodka or something. So we're just, I ask everybody that, and I'm just trying to see where, what kind of drink inspires you. And
we'll put a pin in it. Let's come back to it.
Okay. And how about a song that inspires you?
The song that inspires me would have to be Diane Reed, Testify.
Ooh.
She sings my life.
Wow. That's right.
Rasta Girl by Sister Carol. You know, if I'm playing that, I'm on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was bumping on my way to do this interview was Who Do You Believe In by Pac.
Who Do You Believe In by Pac. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yeah, I gave you 3.
Yep. Also some great answers.
And let's go back to the drink.
Sure.
I have an answer for you. It would have to be Arizona iced tea.
Arizona iced tea. For sure. Shout out to Arizona iced tea. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, I drink those all the time. I love the answers. Now I ask everybody this, and I'm going to ask you this. You're actually the first female I've had on as a guest on my podcast, and I ask everybody, what makes you angry?
Injustice.
Injustice. That's right.
In any way, shape, or form.
In any way, shape, or form. That's right. And
that will piss me off, and that will get somebody checked. In front of the police, in front of a church. I wouldn't give a damn.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that actually goes perfect with your Libra sign. You say you were born October
7th.
October 7th. Yeah, that's the Libras are like the sign of justice.
Right.
Yeah.
Got to be balanced.
Yeah, we're very balanced.
Right with us.
Yeah. Wow. I heard that one. I heard that. Yeah, loud and clear. So, you know, you sound very smart and intelligent, and you know, the fans and I want to know, what kind of research do you do?
I'm just now, I spent 12 years down in Marina, down near Monterey, and I still have my storage down there. But I'm moving things up here slowly, and I got a box in my book. I'm a bookaholic. I love the written word. I've been reading. I'll tell you this, Jake. Well, it's me and you talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was doing second year college English in the second grade. So, like, word games, like words. Yo hablo solamente poquito español, pero yo sabe muchos más. You know what I'm saying? Like, language and the formation of words and communication. I'd have to say that.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. I wanna look into that myself. And you said something about superpower. I think you did. But if you didn't, what superpower do you have and why? As a female black activist, you know, just relating to your, or in general, what superpower would you have and why? Or what superpower do you have?
My superpower is standing in this blackness unapologetically.
Okay. I like that.
And it came from a life of struggle. You know what I mean? It was up until I was about 9. I had the idyllic life. Like, I had a mommy and a daddy, and they was both working, and he bought her a house in Oakland, and then they bought a house in Milpitas, and that's the one I actually grew up in. But, you know, I lived a little suburban black girl life, you know.
That's what's up.
I forgot where I was going with that. I'm sorry. Repeat the question.
Oh, I just
until I was 9, I remember now. You know, and then I'm a survivor.
Yes.
I've survived, molestation and child abuse and abandonment and neglect and, self-immolation, beating myself up for things that were out of my control. You know, just having a sane mind, being able to sit here and, have a conversation with you, and in real life to be able to make and share love with you and the rest of the rest of the crew is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. Quick story. My ex, I have a history of dating stupid men.
Okay.
So I had an ex that used to steal cars, and this idiot decides to go take his driving test to get his license in a stolen car. So I had to go to jail too because I was in the passenger side. So I get to jail, and I guess the jail equivalent of triage. This was in Contra Costa County. She pushed up my arm, my sleeve, I guess to take my blood pressure. She was like, "Oh, no needles." Little Filipino girl. No needles? Like, what are you talking about? She said, "No drugs, no drugs." Like, okay. Now, 30, 40 years later, she straight profiled me. But then I think about, in retrospect, that, I've survived some wild stuff, man. And I guess that's what gives me the power to stand in my own truth. Because can't nobody tell me shit. Word, like, I'm a survivor. That's my superpower. Boom. You help me identify it. Appreciate you.
We want to know can you share with us, are you done? Are you finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, that was a great answer. Yeah, excellent. And congratulations. Yeah, we got to be strong. We definitely are built. You're definitely got to be built to last in this, especially in this country. As a matter of fact, that leads me to the next question. And I don't know if I should ask you, name something you love about this country, or should I say name something you love about your blackness and why? So I'm going to ask you, name something you love about your blackness and why.
I love the history. And in this day and age, in the age of technology, I love taking down the lies. You know what I'm saying? All the fallacies that have been pushed upon my people's minds, leading us astray.
That's right.
Yeah, I love that. Being black right now is so lit right now. It's like being part of a secret club. And if I had known, I've been locked up since 2013. And if I had known about the secret head nod between dreads a long time ago, I'd have did this a long time ago. There's a solidarity between those of us who've decided not to take on the Western aesthetic. I've been natural since I was 98. That was the last time I did a big chop. I don't know, I just love everything about this shit. I love the bright colors on my skin. I love the way the sun dances off my skin when I'm oiled. I love everything about it. I love how everybody wants to be us. I love that shit.
Now that's a great answer. Now this is gonna be a sensitive question because I ask everybody this too. So no disrespect. Power to the people. I'm a black man. But I have to ask. I try to choose the questions carefully. So, is there anything?
But you ain't got to sugarcoat it with me though. This me and you talking.
For sure. That's what I love about you. Miss Shakur. I love it. So just to get straight to the question, can you name something you don't love about our blackness and why?
Yeah, we inflict too much pain on each other.
Okay.
Like, I grew up at a time when, like, all my aunts and uncles, all my cousins, we'd all get dropped off at my grandmama's house on Saturday night. We knew what the deal was, and mom and dad needed a break, go do their thing. But we all grew up together. I can really say me and my cousins grew up together. We got to be children together. And I don't see the black family still having that cohesiveness that we had back in the day. And not only did the black family somewhat disperse after, the civil rights movement and desegregation, we somewhat removed ourselves from each other. And the support isn't there. The love isn't there. I remember, walking up East 14th when I'm 4 and 5 years old with my parents, and my dad couldn't walk 10 feet without somebody he didn't even know coming up, giving him the soul brother handshake. How you doing, brother? There was so much love in the hood. You knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that if there was a black face that you could see, nothing gonna happen to you because you was safe.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's what's up.
And we took that away from each other, and we really need to bring that back. I already told my children, I'm going to have an open door policy. And even where I live, not so much now because of where I live, but in my comfort zone, there's always something on the stove. You always come over. You know what I mean? You might want to call first because I may not be there, but, I want to keep that love alive, that love and that trust.
Yes.
Because just like I would have, I got 30 little hard-headed nephews. The last place I lived, they was always in and out. I didn't even lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last 6 months I lived there, because I knew some of them was in there and I could sleep in my bedroom peacefully. You know what I'm saying? And they knew, they knew the rules. I had them trained. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And it was a beautiful thing for me to be able to offer it back to them.
Yes.
And I want to bring that, keep that love alive. I don't know about bring it back, but hopefully I can be an example, and someone else can, pick up the torch. Like, we need that. We need our women to go back to being humble.
Yes.
And being kind and supportive to our men. Yes. Our men need that. They need us. Just like we need them, and we could stop a lot of this confusion if we could just, come back together as a community.
Yes.
But I don't know how that would happen under this paradigm. I want to thank you for this show because giving me a voice to speak some of the things that are on my heart and get it out there to people who may have seen me, because if you see me, you remember me. You may not know me, but, to know a little more about what I'm about.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, Jay Blue. What you're doing is a powerful thing, and don't stop.
For sure, for sure. I thank you. I thank you very much, Ms. Shakur. And, you're my sister for life. So.
You know this, man. It's already been proven, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're calling me Miss Shakur. You call me Mapenzi.
Mapenzi.
Yeah, that's what's up.
For sure. What would you be doing if you were not selling jewelry?
What would I be doing? And that's a good question because I've been doing the jewelry for so long. I don't know. Even in my age, I think about going to school because I'm still discovering hidden talent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be where I would be. If I had been raised in capable hands in the first place, I would be an attorney with a PhD. You know what I mean? Like,
that's right.
But it didn't happen that way. I had to deal with the hand that was dealt to me. And that would be my first guess, too. But not to use my intellect to be a cog in the wheel of white supremacy, which a lot of my cousins did. Howard is my family alma mater. I've got all kinds of cousins that came through Howard. But I'm grateful I didn't go that way because, I'm gonna just say it: the Negroes ain't gonna survive when this fall. They're drunk on the illusion. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't be going for a degree to get a job. I'd be going simply for, you know, the education.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I have a couple to a few more questions for you.
Sure.
And we're going to, and then we'll wrap this up. I don't want to take up all your time, and we don't want to give all the fans and everybody, you know, all the answers yet. We want to have you on another episode very soon. And again, I really appreciate your time, and thank you for sharing those amazing answers. Everybody, this is J Blue Sanders on my podcast, DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show, and always remember that you can check out our latest episodes on the DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show on Spreaker.com, Spreaker Podcast Player, and it's available on YouTube at Immortal Master Floppy. And my friend Mapenzi Shakur, or Mapenzi, she's a black, what can I say, feminine black activist, or just, you know, is that the right way to say?
I'm just an activist.
Yeah,
I'm
she's
just an activist.
yeah. So yeah, she's an amazing.
I'm here to tell you, it don't got nothing to do with trying to set my people free.
Yes, right. That's right. Yeah, she's amazing activist. She's an amazing activist. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop your comments in the Immortal Master Floppy chat room. And if you have any quick questions or anything you want to say before we wrap this up, let us know now, because we're running out of time. But we have a few more questions, or a few more questions here. So don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. Also, before I continue, I want to say that if y'all want to answer these handful of questions that I'm asking Mapenzi Shakur, you can email those answers to arts@newsandmediarepublic.org. That's arts@newsandmediarepublic.org. 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 And you can get a chance to get a possible feature on the site, and make sure you include a photo of your creative space and some examples of your work and links on how to get them. So if you're looking to get a possible feature on the site, just email your answers to these questions I'm asking Mapenzi Shakur at arts@newsandmediarepublic.org. Now, for the last couple of questions, Mapenzi, you're doing such an amazing job. Let's
Not
see.
my first rodeo, youngster.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, let's give her another applause. All right, we're back again. DJ Blue Radio, the J Blue Show, and Mapenzi Shakur, she's still with us. So now, why did you decide to sell jewelry?
Well, I had moved down to Marina in 2005. I was still with my last husband. Long story short, I was going down. They had a farmer's market down the street from where I was living. And, you know, I'm into crystals and incense and, you know, just the whole metaphysical experience. And there was an older black lady down there selling it. So, you know, I go down, I started shopping with her. Eventually, that grew over the course of over 10 years into me being her sidekick. Like, that was my road dog, like, in a real way. We've been over state lines a few times fighting the sheriff. You know, me pumping her up. You got this. And, well, she had the big booth with all the incense and the incense burners and the body oils and the shea oils. And she let me set up. You know, I was selling dashikis for a while. I was selling all kinds of stuff. But I found a wholesaler in El Salvador, right? I say that right?
Yeah. I got you.
Who I bought, you know, buckets of jewelry. And, you know, it was really profitable down there. We would do Alvarado Street on Tuesday evening. And then we would do downtown Salinas, Old Town, on Saturday morning. And in both places, you know, my stuff was moving. I got some fly stuff. My business is called the Queen's Thing because every queen deserves royal things. You know, no dainty little girly pieces. I sell statement pieces of jewelry. They're stamped 925, but different, you know, different stones give off different energy and different protection. So, you know, it forced me to up my game on stones and, you know, where to wear the stones sometimes. And it was profitable, and I love working with women who have the balls to wear, you know, some of my stuff. Yeah, because these are no little dainty, thin little nothing. No. These are real pieces, and you know, it takes a certain caliber of woman, you know, to pull it off, even to pull it off. So that's why I stuck with the jewelry. And, you know, I get to minister sometimes. And, you know, I was in Salinas one day. And, one of my, no, that's not true. I was in Monterey this time. One of my Latina sisters just walked up to me and asked me to pray for her. We stood there, and I opened myself up as a vessel. And she had just lost her son. Her son had been killed in a shooting in Salinas.
Oh no!
By the time the prayer was over, there was 40 women standing around of us, all of us crying and feeling and hopefully dissipating some of this first woman's pain. You know, that was one of the most powerful moments of my life where I was forced to recognize my own power.
Yes.
Forced to.
That's what's up.
So yeah, the jewelry is it for me. That's gonna be my lane for a while.
For sure. Well, what do you dislike about selling jewelry? If you have
you know, sneaky bitches.
Oh, okay.
And I think that just sums it up right there. Just sneaky bitches, like, because I'm a generous person. You know, you short, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? I'm in it for the money, but at the same time, I buy it so cheap that, you know, anything I make is to the good. You know what I mean? So, you know, the price is always negotiable. Just don't think you're getting over on me because, you know, I'm a kind person. And I want you to look fly because that's going to bring back karma to you, trying to exploit someone who's looking out for your good.
Yes.
You understand that? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And a couple more questions, and we're almost done here. And I want to ask you two good ones. So I'm trying to look down my list of questions here and just see what I can find that would be really good. Well, I'm sorry.
Take your time, brother.
For sure. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, you know, where can we find you on social media and you know, and things like that?
Uh, I'm old school. I have an Instagram account, but I don't go over there. But I'm on Facebook. Mapenzi Sankofa. My full name is Mapenzi Sankofa Shakur.
Okay.
And I haven't posted there since the day Auntie Afeni died. But I also ran a Facebook page. You can type in www.facebook.com/Black in Public. And that was my page too.
Nice.
Yeah, there's over 100,000 people there, and I get notifications I haven't posted there in years, but I've surmised that what I posted back then was so relevant that because I still get 100 notifications, people sharing the memory.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. So I might want to check that out, and I'm not gonna go back to posting there until I get y'all some T-shirts and coffee mugs, like the fans have been clamoring for years. But
Okay.
at one time we had got hacked by some really angry Europeans from Slovenia, wherever that is. Like they tried to come in and swarm my page, and they got picked off one by one. But Facebook eventually took the page completely down, where you couldn't even go to it no more. And they brought it back, and I started posting again. But then I thought about it. I wanted to stay up, even just for the sake of posterity.
Yes.
Because the relative issues when I started it in, I don't even remember what year it was, 2013, maybe 2012, something like that, 2010. The issues are still relative.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm the meme queen. I was the first Black page to post with pictures, because I believe that, a picture speaks 1,000 words.
Mm-hmm.
And I can sit there and type it all out, but most people on Facebook got ADD to a certain extent, and it was longer than 4 sentences. They can't do it, and I understand that. So I started with the pictures that I don't even know. I don't make me lie how many years ago, but it was a while.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. That's really good to hear. Yeah, everybody, make sure y'all look up the do some check that out. Black in Public on Facebook, and make sure you check out Mapenzi Sankofa Shakur on Facebook. And one more thing, I remember that you were on a video stunt. You had a speaking role. I think you were making a public service announcement or a presentation on something. Can you tell me a little bit about that? On TV, or was it a video or YouTube, or?
It was just a video for a friend. He just wanted someone, he was going for different aesthetics in his 90-second PSA.
Okay.
And, he wanted to represent everybody, and I had the longest locks he knew, so I got chose.
Oh.
We just said simple. Yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't even seen the finished product yet.
Oh, okay. Is there? Do you know where we can find it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
That you have.
I can do the research, though. I can shoot it to you when I find it.
Yeah, definitely. I'll copy and paste that link on this page, and all the fans in the world, they can check it out. Cool. So I think that's it for today. And thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. For everybody that's listening, we love you. We love Mapenzi Shakur, and let's give her another applause. All right, we're back again, but our time is running out. So thanks again for everybody for tuning in. Mapenzi, do you have anything you want to add before we wrap this up?
I do. These children's minds are so wide open, and I say children because I'm probably older than some of your mamas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to remember that the prayers of your grandmother and your great-grandmother and your great-great-grandmother and up to your 17th great-grandmother, they're still with you, and they're still affecting change in your life. They're protecting you. So honor those, your ancestors, those who you came down through time and space to be here now. Recognize them, appreciate them, show them love, remember them. You ain't got to know their name. You don't have to know their story. Just know that they made a lot of love so you could be here right now. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that with everybody.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we can't wait till we have you on the next episode, Mapenzi. And thank you so much for your time. And that was very wonderful. And everybody, just have a great weekend. Stay out of trouble. Make sure you keep those, that 6 feet distance apart, and or the social distance, and make sure you keep those bodies clean and wash them hands and wear them mask, because I just want to add this one last thing. I know a lot of people don't like wearing the mask and all that stuff, but when you start wearing that tube down your throat or your nose, or you start having problems, and you actually catch the virus, then you're gonna realize that wearing the mask was not a big deal. So let's just all just try to let's just all unite, and let's just do this thing, and let's just let's stay inside, and stay home. Let's quarantine, and let's stay prayed up. I'm sending prayers for everybody. Sending prayers for Mapenzi Shakur and her family, and everybody else. We love you. And yeah, and that's it for today. So everybody, thank you for tuning in, and have a good weekend. Peace.